Please.
So there's this place. I should write a bit about this place because it's an amazing place. It's in Montreat, North Carolina.
Okay.
And it's like church camp.
Okay.
I called it Camp Pussy.
Camp Pussy, dude.
Because them girls was hoes.
Camp Pussy sounds like it could seriously be like one of Epstein's apartments. That's what he called it.
I never wanna have to count on you. Best friend, I never wanna have to count on you. Worst friend that I ever had. Best friend.
And we're live.
All right, everybody, here we go. It is episode 4 of Your Worst Friends. I am CJ Couch. Sitting next to me is Josh Smith.
Hey, friend.
So, Josh, you had a big Thursday evening. Excuse me. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I like to party, man. We went to the Shark Club.
Cool place.
Very cool place, man.
Big as fuck.
Yeah, so it's an interesting spot. Like, it's definitely out here in the Duval where they don't give up. Actually, was it Clay?
It might be Clay. It's on Roosevelt. It's on the west side. Who cares about the west side? I'll tell you what, though. No COVID restrictions going on in there, dude.
Not at all. So
we are irresponsible.
We pull up and this place is packed. Like there's no parking. You know what I'm saying? And we get there mad early too. And we get out and we go to walk in. I put my mask on before I walk in, just out of habit of walking into any.
Just being a good person.
Right.
Yeah.
And as soon as I walk in, I smell cigarette smoke. And I was like, oh, these are pointless.
Yeah, these are coming off.
Yep. And like, I hadn't even seen a person yet. I just went ahead and took it off. And as soon as I walked around the corner, just wall to wall, not one mask.
Dude, how many, like, that place is packed.
Packed.
And I've been there before. Packed. It's nuts, dude.
Now, just to clarify, this is not where the stand-up show takes place.
Of course not.
Yeah, that happens upstairs.
Yes.
And
that place is packed.
I would say
It's not packed.
But there's a good bit of people. I mean, we probably had, I'd say, what do you think, 40, 50?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, in a fair space for that. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't specify the space. There's probably like literal restrictions and shit.
Sure. It's a weird design of a place anyhow.
It's fascinating. It's a labyrinth.
Yeah.
I truly feel that way.
I never left the stage area. I was trying to stay socially distanced from everybody, you know,
Right.
like
Yeah.
naturally.
Yeah, it's a good thing to do.
Yeah. And I don't drink, so
Right.
So there's that. But the show's great, man. Like
It was.
it was a good time. I had an awesome set, I thought. People laughed
What did I tell you?
that I'm funny.
Right.
Looking.
I said, you go up in front of a good amount of people and you will crush. And was I right or was I right?
Of course you were. I'm an unstoppable force.
Josh is an unstoppable force.
I do what I want.
He's got fucking wrecking balls for testicles. Coming in hot, dude. Destroying shit. It was fun. I'll tell the fucking story. I don't care at all.
You had a rough night. I just want to say, first and foremost, that I really appreciate you not making it about you. After what happened to you happened, you still let everybody have their moment. That was really big of you.
Everybody, I think, I don't think, maybe I think I'm a piece of shit, so I think everyone thinks I'm a piece of shit, but like, I'm pretty good, dude. Like, that's 2 times in a row now that I have. One, I went to Creative Veins, supposed to do a set, signed up. They put me on, like on the list. They write me in, and then I get told I can't do it. I was like, cool.
The fuckers.
Right. And Santa spent $5 to get in there, which is like, whatever. It's $5. But
$5.
still spent $5 to get in. We bought drinks there.
What?
It was a weird situation. So I got disappointed by that. Then I went out of town, didn't go to my normal home of Wednesdays, every other Wednesdays. So I couldn't do that, Mike. I get back, go straight to Josh's show, show support. I'm there. You know I wasn't ready to do stand-up because I wore shorts. I don't do stand-up in shorts. No offense.
True story.
Right.
You don't. I do.
I
do. Look, I do everything in shorts and flip-flops. I live in Florida, motherfucker. Deal with it.
I'm going on stage tonight. I'm wearing. This is the worst I'll ever look on stage.
That's so hot.
Thanks, man. So, thank you.
I'm going on stage tonight looking like shit.
Dude, you know what? I'm digressing too hard. Okay, so
No. Digress.
I want you to wear that shirt tonight, and I'm sure. Are you going to do stand up?
Maybe.
If you do, let me know so I can go after you. Just so I can do my Notorious B.I.G.
Oh yeah.
Dude, why don't people get that? Like, here we go, people. Is this a funny joke? I think it's ironic that the notoriously fat Notorious B.I.G. has a song explaining what beef is. That to me, solid. It's not genius, but it deserves. It's something. But you're wearing a shirt. I think it might hit for once. It's hit, dude. That's what I mean about creative veins. That was like one of the first jokes I wrote. I told that joke there, and it got a bunch of laughs. So I just convinced myself it's a really good joke, dude. I think that's just an easy audience,
Right.
honestly. So anyway, sorry. I get back in town. I'm at the show, wearing shorts. I am not drunk. You even asked me. I said I'm like a 5 right now. I literally had.
And I would say
shot.
that was a fair. I would say it was a fair assessment. I've seen you on the spectrum. Like,
yeah, I was a 5.
You were not smashed, but you had definitely been drinking.
Yeah, I was perfect to go on stage. If we're being honest,
Right?
You know, real energetic.
Loose. Yeah.
Like I said it.
You were hyped too when you came in. Like not even with a thought of maybe.
I just had a great vacation. I was excited to see you.
Yeah, thanks.
To be honest, you know, and then I saw Dean and Zach, Dean Nimmick, Zach Malcolm, and I went to high school with them.
Shout out to them. They have their own podcast.
The Relatables.
The Relatables.
Yeah.
Cool guys.
They're great dudes.
Yeah.
Like,
I saw Dean do some comedy at the open mic the other night. And
he's been there before.
I've seen him before, but he made me fucking laugh my ass off. He's a funny guy.
Always been funny, dude.
Yeah, he had some really good bits.
Dean's been funny since before, like, we all just watched stand up. We were like, you know, in middle school, high school. None of us thought about doing it.
Sure.
Maybe. I'd always loved it and watched it, and like on a more than average level, I would guess.
Right.
Especially for a kid. But like, Dean's a funny dude. Zach's fucking funny too.
You know, it's funny for me. Like, I thought about it when I was a kid. Like when I was like in like elementary school and middle school. Like during those years, I really liked stand-up comedy.
Loved it.
And I always thought that's something I want to do. You know what I mean? And then I started playing guitar in high school. And I fell in love with music. And I was like, nope, this is how I'm going to be on stage. And from that moment, I never really thought about doing comedy as a thing I would do really ever again until a couple of years ago. One of my close best friends, co-founders of Sleep Junkies, Matthew Conley, shout out, up in Colorado. But he was living here at the time, but he started doing some stand-up comedy. And I was like, oh shit, like that's cool, you know? And it was funny, like he didn't want nobody to know about it, so he never told me when he was going on or anything like that. But I guess he had a couple like bombs, and he didn't really do it anymore after that.
Yeah,
and it happens to all of us, you know. But it kind of like left my brain again, you know what I'm saying? But then when he moved to Colorado, he started really doing it heavy. And apparently he's crushing out there, which props to you, homie.
Shout out, dude. Perfect place to go and do stand-up. Smart move.
But just talking to him about it a lot really got me thinking, like, I need to do this. You know what I'm saying? Last year, it was a goal of mine that I had set, was to put together a 10-minute set and do it. And I didn't do it last year because I did some other things. You know what I'm saying?
It's just excuses, yeah. So what was your first time on stage? Was that at CBD? Me too.
Yeah. CBD Cafe. Shout out.
On a Saturday for me.
Mine was a
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine was this.
I remember.
Mine was either the second or third ever
It was the second one.
Second one, yeah.
Because that was my
I went
first
to
time.
the first one. I scoped it out, and I was like, "Oh, some of these guys aren't funny."
And I wasn't there. I fucked up. That was such a drug addict. I set up a mic. I had never done comedy. I go that Saturday and eat like a fucking million dicks.
It was terrible.
It was terrible,
It was
dude.
bad.
I was so fucked up, and I just was confident for some reason.
And I'll be honest with you, that's part of what inspired me to go ahead and do it.
You're
I
like,
was
damn, that kid sucked.
Yeah, I was like, well, I saw you. There's another guy. I'm not gonna drop a name, but he's very confident for being like one of the worst comics ever. And seeing somebody like that, it's like, well, shit, I am way fucking funnier than this guy.
Boom.
Fuck it.
Yes. So like the next Wednesday, I had just on like Tuesday or maybe even Wednesday went in there before the Saturday and asked Sienna, like, can I do a mic? I had no idea who they were. I had just seen the sign that they do an open mic. So I was like, I need to force myself to start doing comedy. She sets it up for Wednesday. And like, I truly, this is not a cop out. I assumed I was there. I have no fucking reason. I don't know why. I can't tell you I wasn't there. I don't know what happened.
You were not there.
I was at the next one though.
I was at that one. I was at that first one. You were not there. Everybody was like, what the fuck? This guy put this shit together and he's not fucking here.
I'm a legend, dude.
Yeah. Like, how the fuck does that even happen?
I don't know.
And like a bunch of comics showed up.
Isn't that weird?
Like there was easy 7 comics that night.
That was such a piece of shit, dude.
Here's what's funny though. There was only 2 audience members.
Classic.
Me and Crystal.
Oh, good audience though. You guys are a good audience. Seriously.
We try to laugh at the funnies.
Especially you for being a comic, dude. I'm not a good audience. I know I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
not.
I've noticed that some comics like don't laugh at your jokes and then afterwards tell you you're funny as hell, and like that's weird to me. You know what I mean? Like,
So when I do watch, I'm like analyzing and just
Sure.
seeing what you're doing.
sure.
And I get into obviously like the specific writing and choice of words. I like the bouncing of words. I like
Right.
that. So I'm trying to pick up on like when you get laughs, for example, I'm like watching it and not trying to figure it out. Like I understand it's funny, but it's like specifically about this is what makes it funny.
Right.
Like saying it like this, because you could obviously tell the same shit in a different way and it not come out funny.
Absolutely. The
So it's like-
word choicing
Yeah.
and shit like that.
Yeah,
is
like
absolutely-
analyzing why this is working.
Yeah.
Like I saw it, it's worked, and now I'm like, okay, this is never not working, basically.
Right.
You know? The only time you didn't get laughs is when my family was there, and they were fucking wasted, dude.
Yeah. Your family sucks.
I told my dad about that today. I was like, you destroyed Josh's spirit, like you and Vivi's brothers, like y'all just weren't laughing.
It was bad,
Dude. They weren't laughing at me, they were laughing at Cross.
That's the thing. They didn't laugh at anybody. Like,
No.
nobody. I felt bad for you. I was like, shit, that's his fucking family.
That
Like,
makes sense.
savage as fuck.
Families do not want to hear their like family member who's just got sober and off of fucking hard drugs talk about mental health and masturbating in front of their grandma.
Sure. You and I have very similar dark humor, which is hilarious because we come from very different perspectives.
Here's the thing though. Like, okay, on the spectrum of light to dark, we're on the dark. And then if
Right.
you go into the spectrum of darkness, that's where we're on the opposites. And that's where our sides in life come from. Like, we're both dark, but I truly feel like your jokes are yours and mine are mine. Like,
sure.
like obviously there's people who their shit is interchangeable. You know what I mean?
Most people can't tell my jokes. Most
That's
people can't tell your jokes.
Right.
Yeah. Like,
And we're not geniuses, by the way.
right. Yeah. No.
That's
no,
just
it's
called,
personal.
yeah, not, yeah.
I've got a few one-liners that other people could tell. Like
Yeah.
you know, like the Trace and Dicks one. That one could get stolen or something.
I mean, technically, if 90% of my jokes are one-liners, then they could all be stolen.
Sure, but
Anyone could do them, but they don't really in the context of this is what I like to think, at least in the context of what's happening in my time up there, if you pull one of these out and you do them, it's not probably going to work.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
Like I try to like, I think I'm such a weird look on stage. You know what I mean?
Who are you telling, man? Shit. Like,
No, but I feel like if I instantly start talking about the real dark shit, like true life experiences, it is like not computable to them. Every time I've ever started out on some real shit, it has never worked. And then if I start out on some bullshit, like a funny little one-liner, it works. Because people look at me and they don't think this kid was fucking pimping bitches and fucking living in hotels.
well, no, because like you don't look like that.
Exactly.
Like,
But that's who I am.
sure.
So like, what do I do? You know what I mean? What am I supposed to do up there? Do I need to get strung out again?
No, I think you need to change your attire.
Mm-mm.
No?
What to what?
To what?
To what?
Like, oh, that's a good question.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like this has always been me. Like
Sure.
exactly what I'm wearing right now is just my clothes. Like I didn't buy shit for stand up.
Well, of course.
I have a bunch of
course.
golf shirts, obviously.
Yeah.
So I just wear collared shirts.
Yeah.
And I'm not right now. But I feel you. I've thought about that. And I mean, I don't know. I would like to be taken seriously as a person to the other comics and stuff, and like eventually the people that matter in terms of booking you and stuff. So I don't want to go up there and be this person on stage that I am, and then get off stage and then live that life still.
Right.
You know, I want it to be very clear that I'm not living that life anymore. It's a big deal.
Sure.
That is like, if I was booking clubs in any way, even if I was booking open mics, okay, which obviously isn't booking, but like I wouldn't want somebody who was strung out to be a part of it,
No, fuck
because those people don't go to their very first shows
no. Exactly.
and don't even know they did it. I just found that out on my trip.
No.
Yes.
No. All right, here's what's funny about you.
Sienna just told me that.
Yeah,
Like,
I understand, and that might be the first time you remember hearing about it, but I've actually had this conversation with you before.
was it recently?
Like
'Cause
a month ago.
Okay, I feel like she had to have told me more recently than a month ago. I don't know. Maybe. Are you sure it was a month ago?
Something like that.
I don't know. Time is just weird.
Yeah, bro. Like my life is so fucking crazy with everything I do. Like it's insane all the shit I do. Yeah, it's insane.
Do you think you
insane.
would go insane if you didn't do it all?
Yes. I went insane during fucking quarantine lockdown shit. And I still did a bunch of shit. Like I released a fucking album during that, you know, like
We are so not locked down. We're not.
oh,
Like,
not now.
In reality, though, I was never locked out.
Sure.
And I don't mean to sound like I was like, fuck it. But like, stores have always been busy.
Right.
Since COVID started, I would love to see the books, because I guarantee you grocery stores have made way more fucking money. Way more.
Sure.
Why is that? Because people aren't wanting to go out to eat? Because I go out to eat and motherfuckers are slammed.
Well, when shit first happened, the restaurants were closed.
Literally closed.
Literally, they were closed. And so everybody had to fucking go grocery shopping and eat and everything. And you know what? I bet people saw savings in their pocket.
Savings. And they started spending it on wallpaper, apparently. People have been buying wallpaper like crazy during the
No,
pandemic.
it's that they're fucking tired of looking at the same 4 fucking walls.
I get that.
That shit's starting to close in on them.
Good. Come
You
buy
know?
wallpaper. It's crazy. What a weird thing to buy.
It is like,
I just don't. Now, don't get me wrong. It's literally been my whole life. So, like, I think if I have a house, I'm going to get wallpaper. But anytime I've ever lived anywhere, it's very rare. Like I put it for my podcast studio thing. That's it. That's the only time I've put wallpaper. Like, I think it's so weird that people spend so much money on like specific little things in their house to like make them feel better.
Yeah, I mean, clearly I'm not a decorator.
But but this is a fucking studio room. Like you need to have this shit.
Right. Let me be honest though. Before, like, I didn't have this shit up. I'd say about a year ago, and there was nothing.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also that sometimes there's too much. Like sometimes people have way too many pictures.
Sure.
And I'm talking about my dad's house.
Oh shit,
Dude. There are so many fucking pictures, like on the walls, anywhere that you could possibly fit pictures, they're there. And that is, what is that? It's nice to see memories, but like, are you trying to show people?
Blank spots on the walls can be depressing. You know what I mean? And so people try to fill them all up with whatever makes them happy. Maybe.
I'm sick of your optimistic bullshit.
I understand.
Hate on it.
Hate.
Player haters ball. Seen that?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
But maybe they're into some voyeuristic shit, like getting spied on while they're
My dad and my stepmom.
after it. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Like,
That'd be cool.
I mean, some people like to be watched. When I was
I
in
have a
high
story
school,
about that. Go ahead.
When I was in high school, I was banging this chick. I say banging this chick. She was my girlfriend, but we were definitely banging. And she was into doing it in public places. And
You have to fuck hoes like that. You have to fuck one girl like that in your like under 18-year high school little experience. There's always one.
well, yeah, because that's pretty much the only girl that'll fucking give it up because you don't have anywhere to fuck. You know what I mean? Like,
I never really thought about it like that, and you're fucking right.
it's always the sluttiest of chicks.
But I'd
you
always
know?
be like, I'll fuck you in the car.
Right.
Go ahead.
But this is the type of chick that will fuck guys that don't have cars.
Hell yeah, dude. That's cool as shit. Is she still around?
I don't.
She probably had a baby by now. She's fucking dudes without cars.
Well, yeah, and this was like fucking.
I'm a dude
20
without a
years
car right now,
This
and it makes
20 years
sense.
ago.
Okay.
So I hope she might be a grandma by now.
She might be doing really good.
Could be. Don't know. But she liked to do the public places. I mean, like, we did it. I remember we did it in a parking lot outside of a Christian teen youth rally thing.
Oh, those things have weird energy
Yeah.
for you to be fucking out there.
Oh, dude, like, let me tell you about some Christian energy, okay?
Please.
So there's this place. I should write a bit about this place because it's an amazing place. It's in Montreat, North Carolina,
Okay.
and it's like church camp.
Okay.
I called it Camp Pussy
Camp Pussy, dude.
because them girls was hoes.
Camp Pussy sounds like it could seriously be like one of Epstein's apartments. That's what he called it.
Oh, that's great.
Sorry. So you're going to Camp Pussy.
Yeah, dude. Like, you don't understand, man. Like, these chicks were literally just like back
How
then.
old? How old are we talking?
All right, so
I want
high
to hear
school.
14 so
This
bad.
is all high school.
That's
like, you
so
have to
funny.
be at all high school age. Right?
Going to camp.
Yeah. So back then, you got to understand too. I had long, glorious, flowing blonde hair down to the middle of my ass.
Are you bullshitting?
No, I'm not. Like, I literally had hair down to the middle of my ass.
I'm sure you have pictures. Just at some point in my life, I want to see one picture of that. That's it. It doesn't have to be right now. I don't even want it to be right now, but at some point in my life, please.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, and I played guitar.
Oh, dude.
And
Slaying. No wonder you called it Camp Pussy.
Exactly. And I learned how to play like a couple Dave Matthews songs.
And that was cool as shit back then. Dude.
Exactly. And like, you don't understand. Back then, dude, it was like instant drip. Like
Soak seats.
yeah. So Yeah, I would go there and literally every single night I would fuck a different chick.
That is
Oh,
college shit.
Let me
That's like dorm rooms.
add to a different chick from all over the country, like from a different state. You know what I'm saying?
You
And
knock
let me
off all
tell you,
50 states, bro?
do you want to know what's crazy? Do you know where the freakiest chicks were from?
Can I guess?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'll go Wisconsin, Idaho, Minnesota. And if it's not north, if this is somehow a southeastern thing, hold on. We're in the North Carolina.
I'm going to give you a hint. It's none of those places, but goddamn, you're close.
If it's Michigan, that's hilarious.
No.
Okay. I disagree. No, I'm just kidding. That's bad.
Fargo, North Dakota.
Fucking was going to go Dakotas, dude. I was going to guess that.
Fargo, North Dakota. Like, there was this one group that came from Fargo, North Dakota, and everybody that went there knew the Fargo girls were whores.
Why is that, you think? Just pure oppression?
Maybe.
You know?
Maybe. Because, like, they were the ones, like, spray it on my face, spray it on her face, we'll share. Like,
Now, I love that. But we've talked about this before. The concept of essentially a child even like knowing and doing that is fucking crazy. Dude. It is fuck. I did it. I loved it. I was a part of it.
Sure.
But retrospect, nuts.
Absolutely.
Perfect example.
I
Last
don't know
night,
how many girls got pregnant there.
how many abortions got had outside of that
Oh
place?
my God.
You coming back from fucking Camp Pussy with a baby from Josh playing guitar with the hair? The parents are aborting that kid.
100%.
Josh doesn't live here. He doesn't live in Fargo. You can't, like, we're not going to move you. Where'd you live at the time? Jacksonville?
Here.
Okay, perfect. So they're from Fargo, North Dakota.
Fargo, North Dakota.
Fargo. Fucking sorry. I love how it's so weird how you just know it. Like you just know when you're a kid and you just do shit. It's really weird, dude. It's strange. And there's obviously porn and stuff, but like I don't know. I did way weirder shit when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It depends on what age we consider being a kid.
Well, what do you consider weird?
I guess it's not weird. It's like fucking in weird places and stuff. I think we've all matured sexually
Sure.
in terms of like our need for it doesn't always supersede our current circumstances.
Correct.
You
Yeah,
know?
absolutely. Absolutely. Like, I've made some real questionable decisions for some pussy. Like, I've fucked in the nastiest of places, dude. Like,
All the worst decisions
yeah.
I've basically ever made. That's where they stem. Like, it's always. I would say, if we're gonna get deep real quick, that it's very possible my entire drug career was sparked by pussy. Like
It's
doing
entirely common.
like doing coke with girls, obviously, and then it's like doing bars with girls, and then now we're doing pain pills with girls, and then you know, like it's just this weird thing where that's what I'd always done. And I was trying to think of who I heard talking about this the other day, actually, but they were saying that like when you're living that life, like that single life, and you're just out, if you're not being like respecting yourself and really like taking it serious, you're gonna meet shit people.
Right.
And like if you don't ever say no and you just like flow with it, you're gonna end up doing crazy fucking shit.
Yeah.
And
100%.
you're gonna be out there on like a gram of coke at 2 a.m, and that girl you're with just left, and now you're like, what do I do? Maybe we just appreciate masturbating more as adults.
Is it necessarily an appreciation for it or just
I respect it way more than I used to.
Sure.
I'm like, this is an answer to a problem.
Absolutely.
It used to not in any way be that. It was just a great thing.
Right. That is so fucking true.
Now it literally, like, dude, since I don't know, I don't want to say in my 20s, but probably since I was like 24, 25, I've definitely chosen I'm going to masturbate and stay home instead of go out, spend money. And it's always the best choice.
Sure.
It might not be the most fun, but fiscally conservative, that choice is.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Do you think that maybe like the times you chose to do that was the times you dodged that bullet?
No.
No?
I don't bust in bitches, dude. I used it's fun, and I was like a kid, but I'm like, I have not busted in 99%.
I was talking about the herp.
Oh, I don't. Somehow I'm straight.
I understand. I'm saying though, it's surprising with how many times you've raw dogged, right?
Yeah, it's called being smart.
I understand. What I'm saying is the times that you chose to stay home.
Oh, that's when I dodged herps.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think maybe that was the time, like your brain convinced you to stay home that night because it knew premeditatively that you were so horny you were going to catch the herp. You were going to get caught slipping.
I like the concept. I'll be real. I usually don't just fuck a girl once in my life. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So after that first time, that's gonna be when I'm we've already fucked. It's not like I'm conquering mountains here, but it's like we've already fucked. So like
Right.
tonight I'm gonna stay home and masturbate instead of make this bad choice and spend money. It's about money. It's not about the girl at all.
It's all about money.
It's a money based thing.
It's clearly about money.
It's literally a money based thing. It's like if I could come over right now and just fuck you and like not do all this other extra shit, then I would. But I'm gonna have to do all this extra other shit, so I'm gonna masturbate. And I'm not using you, but you're also using me.
Yeah.
So it's not that.
I've been used before, and it's nice.
I feel like the goal. When you were saying that, I was like, this fucking faggot. Like I was about to be like, that's the goal, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
it was nice.
It's not now. Like in different stages of life.
Let me say, it was nice
Yeah.
then. Like I have a partner now. It's
We're
great.
talking
You know
like
what I mean?
as
Like,
fucking kids. Like I mean a kid. Like especially a kid. When I was like in high school and shit, when I did find that girl who just like it made me feel like that's how like you know you're doing good on stage or you're good at fucking when like girls just want to fuck you.
right.
That's the
Right.
one.
Or when all her friends want to fuck you.
And by doing good on stage, I just want to make it very clear that I meant doing good on stage is fucking. That's also stage.
That's so funny. But yeah, like when all her girlfriends start hitting on you, you know.
These girls should. All right, shout
Because
out.
they can't keep their mouth shut.
That's what I was. PSA girls, shut the fuck up.
Right. Don't tell all your girlfriends that your man got good dick energy. Otherwise, they're going to be throwing pussy at him.
But just like those comics have to tell you, like I normally be on book shows, like girls have to be like, no, I'm getting good dick, girl. Like I ain't
Right.
getting no mediocre dick. Like I'm getting real ass dick. And then all these other girls are like, Josh has real ass dick. You know? They put that in their notes. Josh Smith, great dick.
So, yeah, some bitches want what they can't have, too.
We all do.
But they pursue what they can't have like that. You know what I mean?
I think if you, the cure to that is hold yourself on, like hold out on it to where it's been so long of you not having it that you truly will appreciate it when you have it. You know? Because sometimes when it comes to what you want what you can't have and you get it too early, it might not be the best choice.
Sure.
You might fuck that up. Because you
Yeah.
didn't have to wait long enough, you know?
Yeah. Possible.
Your phone's going nuts.
Or one of
You're so popular, dude. How do you do it?
I do a lot of things, bro.
You have so many friends.
I know people. I've lived here a while. I'm old. I've been an entertainer my entire life.
True. Okay, so dude, I want to talk to you about Elon Musk and Neuralink. I talked to you about the chip in your head before. Have we gone over this?
No.
Good
But,
intro.
It scares the shit out of me.
I love it so much, dude. You fucking. All right, I'll get real gnarly here. They drill a hole at the top of your head. They got this. They have this. Okay. They drill a hole at the top of your head. Like, all they need now is major development. This is going to be here in under 10 years. So everybody start saving your money now. Because if you don't have one, you might be Mr. I'm So Human or Mrs. I'm So Human, but you're going to be way behind. They fucking they drill a hole in your head like like they're fishing for in the ice. And then it's like this big. Take your skull, take it out, drop this thing in there. This robot inserts the chip and it has these like electron tentacles in it. They take a picture of your brain so your brain doesn't bleed when they insert it. And they know where all the arteries are based on that picture. So it goes in the perfect fucking place. And let's say like you don't have movement in your right arm, right? You're paralyzed there. They can go to the part of the brain that stimulates this, and that you're going to have control of your arm. Dude, it goes way beyond that.
Of course it does.
This is step one. This is just on the surface of your brain. Wait till it's in your brain.
Integrated.
Wait till there's like 1,046 electron or channels. There's 1,046 channels. Imagine when there's as many channels as there needs to be for full brain activity. You're going to be able to experience every fucking feeling in life from right here. No one will ever have to drink again. No one will ever have to smoke weed again. No one will have to fucking put a needle in their arm. None of that shit. You're going to have full... Now this, what I'm talking about, is at least 20 years. But you're going to have full fucking true 100% brain power. Beyond that, it's connected to your phone. So think up, what is 9,558 times 12 and fucking... You don't... It Googles it, finds out right away.
It wouldn't be connected to your phone.
It is connected to
be connected to your contact lenses.
I'm being serious. It's connected to your phone.
I'm saying in 20 years when...
Oh, yeah, right. Because they're probably not going to have a phone.
Phones won't exist anymore.
I wish you'd seen Westworld, man.
Here's what's interesting. Would you say this is like the cutting edge of technology, right? Like the new cell phone that comes out every year?
I guess.
I've worked in wireless retail for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Every year, the new phones, there's a lot of them that come out.
So many.
And they come out with this nice brand new phone. It costs $1,000, $1,500, whatever. Not one manufacturer puts out all those devices without some defects.
Because it got to keep going. Even if it gets 1% better with every new phone, they'd prefer that probably. They honestly probably prefer that.
But I'm worried about this. Put something like, not only that, man, like, god damn the Bible thumpers, bro.
Oh,
everybody's gonna get a microchip.
So the first thing my dad said was the mark of the beast, and I was like, I would rather have full brain and experience life in a way that no one in human history has and risk going to hell than not do that. So I might go to heaven. That's gay as fuck, dude. Like, are you serious? The concept of going to hell for doing something like putting a microchip in your head, or for not believing that Jesus is the Son of God, or anything specific like that, is such an insult to the God that person is worshiping, that God would create people and they could be the best of people, but they did this one thing, so that banishes them to hell for the rest of forever.
Look at it from this type of a logic standpoint, right? Replace God as a entity and with the thought of energy. Okay? Positive and negative energy. That's the balance of our life, right? Now apply that to every doctrination of faith. And if you apply that same logic, they become the same story. Yeah. Right? And what I worry about is if you take away heaven and hell as an afterlife experience, right? And think of it as a current life experience. Let's be real with each other, right? Like, if you fucking murdered somebody, you'd feel like shit. Unless you're a sociopath, you'll feel like shit.
Yeah, it'd be horrible.
Right. When you do drugs, yes, they make you feel good, but you feel bad about doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you do something nice for somebody, you genuinely feel good.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So these are, if you look at the teachings of these faiths as a blueprint for heaven or hell on earth, then it starts to make a whole different, it shines things in a different light and makes a lot more sense. It's more applied logic then. When you take it in its literal stance, it's fucking ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But when you think about it from that angle, then it makes sense. And it's weird how it lines up with all other faiths, right? So I bring this to the point of perhaps what that is saying or warning of is taking on something and poisoning what is natural with outside elements might create a personal hell. And here's why I might say that. If everything was perfect for CJ, what would you do?
Does it matter what I would do if everything's perfect? There's your answer. That's how I think, though.
Everybody would kill themselves.
I don't think so.
Life would get boring. You can't appreciate the sun without the rain, bro.
I totally get it, and it's hard to play devil's advocate here. I mean, I don't know, like, I get, but we use more percentage of our brain than fucking cavemen did. So are we not the natural experience? Like, we've evolved to this point. We've created this thing. Isn't the most natural, most human thing, like using the wheel, like using fire, like fucking this house? Isn't it to use what we've developed? Like, when maybe the nuclear bomb was a bad idea, but maybe fucking not, because look at how things have been since then in terms of world wars. There's been invasions, obviously, and the United States has been going around pretty much occupying countries with the threat of a nuclear bomb. So I understand. And it's weird that we're allowed to do it, but other countries can't. And it's very dark.
Yeah.
But, like, we are where we are because we have never looked back on technology. And who knows where the fuck we could be. Like, maybe we need to be able to access the entire part of your brain to figure out how the fuck to get off this earth if it really is going to come to an end. Maybe we need that. Maybe we truly need a way smarter person than we've ever known or even could conceive, and we need a bunch of them, because getting the fuck out of here is very hard to do.
Why do we want to spread the virus?
Spread what virus, dude? Like, it's not
Papa,
up to us.
we are the virus.
We've spread it.
Huh?
We've already spread it. And I get it. Don't go to a different planet.
Yeah.
But it's instincts, baby, and I'm going. You can stay. I'm going. I'm putting that chip in my head. I'm getting out of here, dude. I will fucking. I'm serious. Let's get real. I'm sort of serious about that, by the way. Like, if 1000% you're gonna say you wouldn't, like, I would go if they had, hey, the whole world, we need to get out of here. We're going to fucking Zoltan or wherever the fuck, some new place, through this black hole, interstellar. That I would do. I'm not staying here and dying this weird death.
Sure.
You are?
Maybe.
I don't believe you. What if just this? What if Crystal wanted to go? Because she didn't want all these people in this house to die. So now you're going.
Maybe.
That's what you say. You're going, dude.
Yeah, probably. I'll probably go. It depends on the situation that faces me. You know what I mean? But probably, yeah. I'd probably go in that situation. But I don't know.
Beyond going or not, it's expanding the possibilities of being a human being.
Sure.
And a car did that. Now all of a sudden you can travel all over the place. Now, So now we're going to have it to where you are finally fully grasping knowledge and understanding. What would be super weird is if you put it in and somehow you had this, like, spiritual experience of understanding your consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
That might happen. Like, that's what I mean. Like, we don't know.
Here's what
you don't want to know.
Here's what bothers me, man. Like, you know what the most personal and private thing to me is?
Yeah, my thoughts.
You're literally just giving that up.
But
literally.
okay, but what are my thoughts
and
worth?
you're literally submitting your existence to the abilities.
No, you're not. You can take it out.
Of the developer.
You take it out, and you can literally put it in, and the next day get it taken out. You can do it whenever you want.
As soon as I put it in, I've given up.
Given up on what?
Control.
I understand that there's a facade of more control, but like, this isn't something that it determines. Like, I'm talking a future model.
Mm-hmm.
No, I wouldn't get it now. I'm talking once it's like for real, like a full
real.
brain experience. Right now, it's only 1,046
Have you
channels.
ever seen any electronic not malfunction? Ever?
Have you ever seen somebody die in a car accident? Have you ever seen somebody get hit by a fucking bus? Shit happens, dude. People's phones blew up in their pocket. And I get that might happen in your head, but at least if it happens, you're out of here. You're not fucking all broke up and hit by a bus.
But like, I'm saying like something shorts out and then fucking it makes your legs go retarded and you run out in front of a fucking bus.
Then you get another chip, baby.
Nah, bro, you're dead because you got hit by a fucking bus.
People get hit by buses. I just said that. It's no different. But this one time, it's like the Tesla. When a Tesla crashes, every fucking time the person's been asleep. That's not the car's fault. It's the person asleep. Like, you can't. I understand there's malfunctions. I think abusing it is dangerous. That's dangerous.
What do you think the first thing people are going to do is?
Get high as fuck. Truly.
What do you think the first thing the developers are going to do is?
What do you think it is?
Huh?
What do you think it is?
What
The first thing.
Purge all your fucking thoughts and memories.
Okay. Take my thoughts and take my memories.
Mm-hmm.
Then what? What are you going to do with them? You want to make a movie? Go for it.
Now I know everything about you, CJ.
That's the whole point of this podcast. It's the whole point of me doing stand-up.
And now
I'm trying to let it all out.
And now I control your whole body.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't. I control it. It's on your device. It's not. I understand what you're saying, that they have the potential to control it. But these phones have the potential to do a bunch of terrible things to you.
Yeah,
and
not control my body. I could take the phone and break it. I can't take the chip out of my head.
You're taking these people who are doing such a great thing, and you're assuming that they are the type of people that want to control. Like, do you know what would happen to the stock price if one time it malfunctioned? One time. If it one time malfunctions, this company's done, dude. One time. If anything you're talking about happens, you think them wanting control to where they're going to, I guess, inevitably everyone gets one, so then they just shut everyone off at once, and then everyone's dead and they have no point to live in the world anymore, over they want money. They want money.
100% they want money, sure. However, look at Facebook.
I'm off of it because I looked at it too much. I'm gone. But talk about that book.
It's free.
Free
And
as
it
fuck.
connects everybody. What do you think the product is? How does it exist?
Of course. So you're already doing it. Now all of a sudden you're holding like
What
your
I'm
fucking
saying
thoughts
is that everything is used for malicious intent, man. Like fucking somebody's gonna get a hold of that and do really bad things. That's what I'm worried about. I don't know if it's gonna happen to me, but it's gonna happen.
Someone's going to get a hold of this and do really bad things. They're going to get a hold of all the data that you have, and they're going to do horrible things with it.
It's not even that I'm worried about having my data. It's more about having control of me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I understand what you're saying, and this is just a disagreement. Like, I don't think these people, or I don't think, it just makes no sense to like, we created this thing, and we're going to develop it, because what we're talking about, that type of level of control
what do
is...
hackers do?
Of course. This is... it's going to be hackable, I'm sure, but from what I've understand the security on it, it's not really. So I don't know that for sure. They're trying to create, like, you know how Bluetooth works on whatever megahertz or whatever, 2.7 I think. They're trying to get their entire own channel thing going to where like there's no access into it. Like no one will even know what it is, and people will figure it out. Blah blah blah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be that integrated. Like, dude, I'm already connected. I don't want to be any more connected.
I think just by the time that, especially the level that we're talking about right now, this is just for medical patients, people that need help to move,
Sure.
people to walk, literally walk again, see again, all this other shit.
From a medical aspect, it seems amazing.
Like if you have a severed
not
spine,
to mention like the whole Matrix concept, like just fucking boom. Now I know how to do this, that, whatever.
It's
Like
exactly that.
Download information, shit. That sounds great.
like if you've seen Westworld season 3, it is the exact same thing. It is
Sure.
crazy that Westworld is this good at predicting shit. But like, I don't see these people as being bad. That's my whole point. Like, not to get to the level that we would get to, in which I would consider doing it, is so far along in research and development. It is so far along in terms of being a company that, like, for them to do that, if it gets that far, I don't think there's never going to be someone who gets hacked.
Let me explain something to you. Our entire world is ran by fucking pedophiles.
I think to
And
some extent. I mean, I understand exactly what you're saying, and I love that
don't
shit.
trust these fucking people at all. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't trust Elon Musk. I trust him the most out of everyone, to be honest with you. Out of all those weirdos, out of all of them, I trust him the most.
I feel like he's potentially not human. I think he's whatchamacallit?
Artificial intelligence? I would seriously love that. I would absolutely fucking love that, because that would mean that where we are in terms of understanding is so far ahead.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that would make it to where what I'm talking about right now is completely obsolete, and they're there. He said that. You know what's funny? He said yesterday, and that like they did like this live demo thing, and I was watching it, and he's like explaining what I was saying. You cut the thing out, you put it, you'll never be able to tell. Like your hair goes over it. He's like, I could have it in right now. He probably does.
Probably does.
I would.
Did you watch his podcast with Rogan?
Of course, both of them.
His delivery.
Elon Musk is not a high EQ person. He's not going to come in this room and make us laugh. He's not going to fucking be enjoyable to be around. I don't want to hang out with the guy. He's weird. He is one of the most insufferable people it seems to be around.
Right?
It seems terrible. But that's why he's such a fucking badass, dude, because he's...
Here's the other thing too, man. Matt Groening. Or however the fuck you say his last name.
Matt Groening. How do I know who that is?
Creator of The Simpsons
Okay.
and Futurama.
Okay.
And everybody gives credit to The Simpsons for predicting shit.
Okay.
Because Futurama takes place so many years in the future.
Mm-hmm.
How much Futurama have you watched?
I've watched zero Futurama.
Oh.
I have nothing against it.
What we're talking about is kind of Futurama-esque. If you haven't watched it, it kind of kills the...
Does that suck?
It
When
does.
someone, like when you haven't watched Westworld, I haven't watched Futurama.
Right. But like, I'm really shocked to find out you haven't watched Futurama at all.
I've always been a stand-up comedy person. Like I didn't take in too much comedy growing up as a kid. Like in terms of, I watched King of the Hill, Malcolm in the Middle. I mean, if you count Nickelodeon as being funny shit, like SpongeBob and all, but I'm talking like adults. And I don't know if Malcolm in the Middle is for adults. But King of the Hill, I watched a little bit of Family Guy, but I've never been into animated stuff. Like I've always really enjoyed.
That's right, because you've like never watched South Park either.
Exactly. And I have, and I think it's fucking hilarious. Like I don't think these shows are bad. My friend Colby used to like love South Park. Like, if you went to his house, it'd be on. Some of the hardest I've laughed is at that show.
Sure.
I get it. It's fucking genius. But like, I don't know. I'm in my head trying to think of funny shit all the time. That like when I'm watching TV or something, I try to watch like the total opposite. I try to watch only like heavy shit, dramatic shit.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I try to lighten my mood with TV because like my brain is going 24/7. I'm constantly in creation mode. I'm constantly doing shit nonstop. So when I watch TV, I love to escape reality. So like silly comedy or like I really like sci-fi and fantasy shit, things like that. Like
Yeah.
I don't want anything too heavy. Like I'm not big on the extreme dramas and suspense thrillers and shit like that.
I'm in
Don't
it.
get me wrong, there's some movies I like, but
Of course.
for the most part I'm trying to chill.
Yeah. See, I'm not. I'm all about that shit, dude.
Yeah.
I love. I like action movies, obviously, but like, I prefer those for the movie theaters.
What's your favorite action movie?
I feel
It could be a
so.
franchise.
I feel so lame saying this, but like, The Dark Knight is so good. The first one.
Interesting.
It's so good as a movie. Like, it's just really good. Now, Watchmen was fire. That movie was really good to me.
Really?
You didn't like it.
I saw it in theaters and I passed out.
I didn't see it in theaters. I already told you, man. Transformers 3, that movie, I walked out of that theater thinking, I just saw the best movie I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
I promise. I want to
That's
see it again
crazy.
so fucking bad.
The most jacked I've ever been after seeing a movie in the theaters was seeing the first Matrix. I saw that in the theaters.
Saw the second one in theaters.
After, dude, like you get when the first one came out, though, man, like nothing,
The first one should be a standalone.
and nothing like that had ever been out or done or
Yeah.
anything. I remember I went with some friends. I was like 15 or 16 at the time, and we were all just like, "Holy shit!" In fact, I was at the time with said voyeur chick,
Oh,
and we did
nice.
totally get one out in the parking lot.
Is this the one on Phillips Highway by the Avenues Mall? That movie theater?
No, maybe.
Where you'd walk the
Actually-
Steak and Shake, but before the buildings were built
Yeah.
up, and there was like the like
Yeah.
tall grass and the dirt and shit, and you'd walk over to Steak and Shake.
I can't remember if it was there or Tinseltown. It might have been Tinseltown.
Tinseltown is great, dude.
Yeah.
Tinseltown's
It
awesome.
was like when Tinseltown was brand new.
I lived right next to that shit, and they have $5 movies on Tuesday.
Really?
Yeah, dude. When movies,
used-
I don't know how you care about movies or whatever.
Mhm.
For $5 I'll go to the movies, dude.
So Crystal and I used to both be off on Tuesdays.
How
and we
cool.
would go do Tuesday matinees all the time.
That's fire.
And it was the best thing ever because there was never anyone in the
Yes.
fucking theater.
That's the best, dude.
Yeah,
I
I
hate-
love that.
I went and saw Joker by myself for like, twice. I saw it twice by myself. The first time I went though,
You're such a sad person,
dude, I wanted to go by myself.
That's so
you know,
crazy.
like this is sad, but when you're, doing drugs that are not cool to do around other people, okay, you don't want to go see a movie that you really want to see with anybody, because it's like I want to sit by myself and like maybe like 45 minutes in the movie just be like, you can't do that. You can't do that with your fucking friends. Now, I cannot. I don't really want to go to movies by myself.
Sure.
Like, I can just, if I want to watch a movie, I'll watch it on a fucking TV at my house.
Right,
You
right.
know? But back then, it was just like a really fun thing to do, especially for $5.
Sure, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So I saw Joker at like 4 in the afternoon.
Nice.
No one there, except for I sat in the very back row because it was like scattered people. It's fucking Joker. Obviously, it made $1 billion in that first week. Like it was a big deal.
Right.
Fucking, or maybe first 2 weeks or something. But I sat in the back row, and this is not being racist, but this big ass black dude, it was so dark in there, and he was like at the other end, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not at the other end. He was only like 6 seats away, but I just couldn't see him. So I sit down thinking I'm all by myself, and I look over and I'm like, fuck, I'm sitting next to this dude. He was one of the coolest people ever, dude. Like
Really?
during the movie, I think that movie is so heavy. If you do get into it, like if you don't like it, I understand. But if you do get into it and you're like paying attention hard and it's hitting you the way that Todd Phillips wants it to,
Which movie are we talking about?
Joker.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like if you're by yourself, there's like moments where you need to be like, what the fuck? And me and this dude, we were just looking at each other like, what the fuck? Like, dude, when it ended, we literally got up. He's here, I'm there. I went in on this side, he went on this side. We got up and walked towards each other and talked about the fucking movie.
That's awesome.
How often we were looking at each other. And I left that movie, I was like, that was so fucking good. Do I think it's some fucking inspirational thing.
No.
Exactly. Like it's a movie that for what it is, they did a good job. They weren't trying to make a superhero movie. I think they
Right.
used Joker to get like that quote unquote story told.
Right.
Like you're not going to get that movie made with Joaquin Phoenix, especially now just being some mentally ill white dude.
Sure.
That's not getting made at all. This barely got made. They barely gave him enough money.
It was a good movie. I watched it. I got a little projector,
Nice.
so I watched it. We blasted up on the wall in the bedroom. Watched it.
I truly love it. Like, it's not Joaquin Phoenix's best movie or anything, but like, it's just so honestly accurate. Like the way he does it, it's very good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Like the way he's in his head is very good. It's beyond my understanding. Like it's a little too far for me. Like I don't have delusions. I'm not, dating people that aren't real in my
Sure.
life, that are just real in the context of being a human being.
Have you ever
Have you ever questioned? Go ahead, ask me. Sorry.
Well, I was just saying, have you ever heard voices or talked to people that weren't real as a result of doing drugs?
No, not even on meth or anything.
Really?
And I've fucking shot that bitch into my veins, and I did not even I just felt like I was.
I had a full
Speedy.
conversation with a chair once.
You're crazier than I am.
Well, I thought it was my buddy Jeff.
Was this like right before you had that seizure?
No, but I was on some ecstasy and some mescaline.
I was gonna say mescaline. I fucking swear to God. I hate when I don't say shit, but I also hate when I say shit.
That's funny. Yeah, I
Oh.
was on mescaline
Mexicans
and I had smoked some weed dipped in liquid acid.
Jesus.
I don't even know if that does anything, but yeah, I was fucked up.
Might as well try it though.
Yeah. And so I had this like full conversation with the chair, and somebody was like, dude, who the fuck are you talking to? I was like, I'm talking to Jeff. And Jeff like pipes in and he's like on the other side of the room. He's like, I'm over here.
I've been
And I was
listening.
like, oh shit. So I gave daps to the chair
But at least you're tripping.
and then went over and said, what's up to Jeff?
What? Is that weird though? How you like that? You're still a human being. So, like you can take something that humans created that will have you talking to a chair thinking it's your friend Jeff. How did we get this far? Seriously.
Dude, it's insane. Like what we've seen in our lifetime makes me question reality often.
It's nuts. Speaking of questioning reality, I'm so glad you just said that. Have you ever truly questioned your reality?
Regularly.
I understand that. Not in a healthy way. Like
Mhm.
you might have, it's almost like I'm having like an episode in questioning my reality. Do you understand? Like questioning my reality is causing an episode. I'll explain because I can't right now. Like that didn't make sense. So I met this girl. It's like, this is my ex-girlfriend, the only girl I've like treated good and what didn't cheat on, and like really I love this girl, And when we first met, I was like so much worse than you've even. I actually got worse after that, but you've never known me like this, basically.
Mm.
And then I sort of cleaned up my act, but in that process of cleaning up your act, your brain is fucked. So I meet her and I'm like clean or whatever, but barely, like a couple days, And she was so cool. And I seriously, because my life was so weird. I was by myself. I'd go to work and then I'd come home and I'm like doing drugs. So I don't really, quote unquote, know what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I meet this girl and like, it was just, everything started going so good that it made me start thinking like, and I just turned like old enough for my frontal cortex got all hard. So I was like, fuck, like I'm gonna like, I could be schizophrenic. Am I seriously imagining this? And I wasn't, obviously. But I remember like before my dad met her or whatever, and he didn't like her. But before he met her, like talking about her and being like, I'm gonna be so fucking embarrassed if like this isn't real. And is that being crazy or being overly not crazy?
No, it's being crazy.
Right. But what do you mean by questioning your reality? Because anything other than going that deep isn't really questioning your reality.
I mean that like I did over 100 hits of acid in 2 days.
That's fucking insane.
And
I can't even. I've never done one hit of acid, so I don't know what that's like. But I can't imagine.
it's not or really healthy. Depends on how you look at it, right? Like,
Yeah.
But something happens when you're tripping, right? Like time slows down. You're kind of in the matrix a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And because I've done so much, time has slowed down for me. I think that's how I'm able to keep up with doing so many things. Why my brain wanders so deep down rabbit holes and shit like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I question reality often, and I have a lot of time to go down that rabbit hole.
So I'm saying, are you thinking, am I dead? Like, what do you mean by you're questioning reality? Like, what are you questioning? Like, I gave you a specific example.
Like I'm sorry,
Yeah.
our existence is entirety. Like, I think perhaps we're in some type of a matrix or.
See, I'm not diminishing that thought
Mhm.
because I think that constantly.
Right.
It's one of my favorite things to think about.
Sure.
But what I mean is like, this is reality. We're in it. Now, your role in it and who you are in it is what I'm talking about. Not just this in general. Because I also agree, this is fucking crazy and it might not even be real. Probably isn't. And it depends on what you call real.
Here's what's weird about me. Like, I'm confident and I'm very narcissistic, but I'm actually not egotistical. I'm very humble. So I don't think that I matter.
But I got some cool shit to say.
But I want to.
I should.
But I should.
That's the joke. That's the joke. It's not that I think I matter.
But I should.
I should. I know I don't, but I think I should. That's the joke. Good shit. That's yours.
Shit.
Oh my god.
On that note, I think we're out of here.
See you later.
Fuck you.
That was fun.